Hello and welcome to Lincoln Visits. I'm Jeff Maul, Executive Director with Visit Lincoln, and I'm here to introduce you to a lot of the great people in our community, the people that make the place, the destinations, and more importantly, the food. I am so excited today to be joined by Keenan Serrano with Keenan Eats. A lot of you probably know Keenan's face, his name, his product out there. I refer to you as Lincoln's man on the streets when it comes to food. So welcome in.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
Happy to have you here today. And you and I have known each other, it feels like, for maybe a couple, 2 or 3 months. I know you've got some stuff we want to talk about later in the show, but let's introduce the folks to yourself, where you came from, what brought you to Lincoln, and what are some of the things that you love about Lincoln?
Right. So I grew up in North Platte, Nebraska, and growing up, I played a lot of sports, was on the lake, stuff like that, family time, a lot of barbecuing. I always loved food. My freshman year of high school, my brother had a baby, so my mom wanted to be closer to the baby. He lived in Lincoln, so we moved to Lincoln. I went to Southeast High School.
Go Knights, right?
Go Knights.
I was a Spartan. Are you going to hold that against me?
Maybe. Yeah, just have to give you the side eye, you know? No, but yeah, I played some sports, football, soccer, track, and then I broke my foot. So I had to figure out who I was outside of sports. And so I started making music. Been making music for about 14 years now. Went to college at UNL for about half a semester or so, and decided I needed to refocus and figure out what I actually wanted to do. My dad's an educator. My mom's always been in healthcare, nursing and stuff like that. So I think hospitality and being, considerate is almost like something that was like, one of my core values.
Yeah.
But when I got a job in high school, my first job was Da Vinci's. Then I went to Momo's.
Oh my gosh.
And then, making pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went and served at Old Chicago. So my whole employed life has been mostly food and customer service, hospitality. But yeah, in 2019, I moved to New York City, which is where my dad lives. He's lived there for about 20 years.
And that was in 2019, you said?
2019,
okay.
I moved to New York City, and it was a very interesting, intense time. And then COVID happened, and so I moved back and found myself wanting to create. I started a creative space called Simply Dope Studios and ran a recording studio for about 3 years. And in that time, my uncle, he ran a soul food restaurant in Old Town Bellevue. He started it in 2016, but I was working with him in 2019, right before I moved. And I saw him working on the restaurant and really just sacrificing a lot. He had kidney disease, so he'd go to dialysis 4 times a week while running the restaurant. And
that took some dedication.
You're right. So I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I'm seeing things that could improve in the restaurant or things we could tweak. And he really couldn't think about those things because he's in the business trying to make it work, And so I did what I could with social media and whatnot. And I think that's kind of where I found an interest and love for local restaurants and the ecosystem and how they work and operate and things that they need, things that they might lack a lot of times. But when I moved back from New York, my uncle actually passed away in 2021, and I tried to help keep the restaurant open for a couple months with my other uncle, and it was just really tough, when a lot of local restaurants, they don't have systems.
They don't.
The owner is the system.
Yeah.
So when my uncle passed away, it was trying to recreate this system that we, that's no longer here.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it didn't work out. We ended up closing the doors, and I went on about my life, I guess. And then 2 years later, I was in Blessing Thai. I was in Blessing Thai.
She is an amazing woman.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I was in Blessing Thai. It was 2023, and I was eating fried rice, and I was like, this fried rice is so good. And every time I come here, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I always tell my friends about it, and they're always like, what is that? And I'm like, that happens with a lot of different restaurants I go to. People are just like, what is that? What do you mean? You're from Lincoln. How do you not know about this? But yeah, I was like, I need to get the word out somehow. This restaurant, it reminds me, they have faith and a lot of things on the walls.
Oh, yeah.
And my uncle was, Christian, had Christian music playing in the restaurant and whatnot, that he was really big on faith.
Like
and
you
service.
feel like you're in their home, in their kitchen, and you're experiencing their culture, the people that make the place, the stories, the things like that. So you were in Blessings.
Right.
Got you thinking about some stuff, right?
Yeah. It was just like, wow, like this is a family. This is a family. When I'm coming here and eating here, I'm supporting a family. And so I just took a picture of my plate and wrote up a little review, and
away you went.
Just,
Oh my gosh.
So
I'm sitting here like I'm emotional inside just because there are few people in this world that look at things like you do. Like you took that career honeymoon, you took a jump, you tried it. You talk about the system that is unlocking the door, turning the lights on, cooking the food, and just doing the same thing day in and day out. I feel like you love and embrace everybody that you touch. And I feel like the first time you and I met, there was this like, I walked back to my office and I said, oh my gosh, I knew nothing about this guy, and I feel like I know everything. And I feel like this community has embraced you through that process. So kudos to you for doing what you're doing, helping people out. And, the thing with the food culture for me is just trying to find out the stories that are out there, the people that create the dishes and the stories that go along with their passion. Are there any stories along the line? We could sit here for 45 minutes if we want to, but I'm told we just have a limited amount of time together.
Right.
But is there a story that jumps off the page as you discover the people, the restaurants, and the dishes that they serve?
There are quite a few stories.
I'm sure.
I think it's very interesting that you say that, because stories are the reason why people support what they support.
100%.
Why they find a connection or an attachment to something, the story. So I do my best to, figure out the story and help paint it in a certain way so people can experience this story and understand why they should go experience it. I know more recently, I think hearing about M&J's Southern Style Food.
Okay.
M&J's Southern Style Food and her story. Marlena, she's remarkable. We love Marlena. She's always been like super, like, it's like family when I met her. Like, she was very just considerate and caring, but she lost her son to gun violence in 2021. And she had actually opened up a restaurant first, and that was the last place she saw him. And, he passed away here in Lincoln, and she ended up closing the restaurant because that's, a traumatic thing.
That's true.
And
it's a tragedy.
Yeah, right. And then a couple years later, after grieving and whatnot, she decided the best way to honor her son and continue to mother her son was to start her food truck. And like, that really hit for me, like hearing her story, because in that same way, I feel like I'm helping serve my uncle by helping all of these restaurants, finding a way to continue to be that nephew I was when he was here, so I think that's like one of the stories that's like, every time I think about it, it's like I'm reminded of my purpose and like almost shed a tear.
I would be that one right now to do the same thing. And I think a lot of times people fall in love with a menu or a name or word of mouth. But I think a lot of times if you know the story behind the food and you know the story behind the reason they're here, because at Lincoln provides a lot of great opportunities for people.
Right.
And I think the food culture in Lincoln is getting better and better because of people like you and the great restaurants that you talk about. So we have to keep up that storytelling. And that's all part of my world of tourism, talking about the people that make the place, because that is what is uniquely something that not a lot of places do.
Right.
They like to say that they're New York City or Boston or LA. Come see it, and you get lost in the culture where you can be like, you're adopted by the culture in Lincoln when you become a fabric or a part of that community. So if I put you on the spot here, this might not be fair, but any favorite food? You mentioned ribs, and we're going to talk about ribs here in just a second, but any favorite foods?
I would say fattoush is my favorite.
Okay.
Fattoush is my favorite.
And why?
It's just it's the way that I was just treated from the first time I ever walked in. It was like I was family, and I was just like, I'll come back here. And the food was great. Yeah. The food was amazing.
So what kind of food is it?
Mediterranean.
Okay.
Yes. It's
a lot of flavor.
So much flavor. They have like this garlic sauce that's like Wow.
My gosh.
Best falafel.
Like, what are we doing here without
Yeah,
food right
like, what
now?
are we doing?
Where's
the
like,
food?
we should start over and start this with food.
Yeah, for
This
real.
is amazing. So yeah, I'll have to look that up.
I
And
think
that sounds really good.
Them and How's It Hawaiian Barbecue.
Oh my
I always
gosh.
got to give out a shout out.
I am enamored by Hawaiian barbecue right now.
They are
And,
really good.
yeah, my first experience of Hawaiian barbecue was in a little town in Iowa, Knoxville, Iowa, back in the day.
Okay.
Out of a red food truck, and the line around the corner for this Hawaiian barbecue, local family put it together. It was amazing. So, quick story. I was a judge this last weekend in a rib eating contest, or a rib contest out at Faith Lutheran on 84th and Adams. It was their second annual fundraising event, a fundraiser for the Center for People. And they asked me to be a judge. Like, apparently I'm a celebrity. So I went out and did it.
Yeah.
They sequestered us into a small room, and I didn't know how many ribs I was going to taste. 17 different ribs were placed in front of us, 1 through 17. I know. It was really good.
It's exhausting.
I came out of the gate hard. I was like, I got to have 4 or 5 full ribs. And I'm like, I got 10 or 15 to go. So what did I mean, like, it's a lot of fun, but how do you separate the different flavors that people try to create in a rib contest?
I think you can't eat to fill yourself. So there's that.
Yeah.
Because you'll just get exhausted.
Uh-huh.
And at that point, you're just thinking about how exhausted you are.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about the flavors. I think it's helpful to have categories.
Yeah.
Categorize like certain palates. And, is this, first of all, dry rub, saucy?
Yeah.
Is it smoky?
Yep.
Is it more, I don't know.
Kind of that sweet and savory thing.
Right,
and,
right,
like,
right.
there was a lot of them that were
Umami.
really sweet. Like, there was one that reminded me of glazed donut on a rib.
Right.
I was okay with that. That was really good. So I'm learning. So I'll have to reach out to you next time, and I might talk you into judging next year for me, because this was fun.
Yeah. It's always fun. Anything that has to do with food. I'm like, let's do it.
Well, speaking of, let's talk about a couple of great things coming up. I do want to shamelessly promote our Taste 27th program that we're doing on Lincoln.org.
Right.
We've connected people with a lot of great restaurants on North 27th Street, 23 to be exact.
Amazing.
All different kinds of culture, all different kinds of backgrounds and stories. We want people to embrace that at Lincoln.org. Let's talk about your event. We're kind of wrapping up here at the end, but let's talk about an event you've got coming up in just about, 2 weeks? Calendar's going to turn here soon. Tell us about your event in October.
All right. So on October 18th, we're throwing the Here for the Food Festival, Taste of Lincoln. We're bringing back the idea of Taste of Lincoln and bringing together 12 different restaurants for people to be able to try and maybe become a loyal customer. So we're going to be having food, special giveaways. There's going to be music, the whole 9 yards, I'm wanting to really curate an experience. Like I said, I've always been in hospitality, have a love for local food and whatnot. I was a server for a lot of years. So the way I'm seeing this is almost as like the biggest party I've ever had to serve.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a big step, by the way.
It is a very big step. It is. But I'm like, okay, let's do it, and let's do it with a smile.
Yeah.
Make sure people feel taken care of, and just feel something, not just like go to it and attend it, but feel something.
Don't come down with a plan to get in and get out. Like, I think what you want them to do is come down, spend a few hours, take in some great music, meet the people that are serving the food.
100%.
Get to know Keenan, this guy, everybody. Like, I walked in the office with you today, and did you see people going, that's Keenan? Like, they were looking at you. There's a few people who want to talk to you after this meeting, by the way, because you're that guy.
That's awesome.
The date again, the time, where it's going to be at.
Okay. October 18th, down in the food truck zone. I think that's 699 K Street.
Yep.
And it'll be from 5 to 10. The GA Plus and VIP ticket holders, they get exclusive access to the tasting hour, which is the first hour of the event.
VIP sounds like the good opportunity.
It is definitely the good one. It's like you get this punch card and you can go and have a sample from each one of the vendors. So you actually get to try all the vendors. I know a lot of food events, you might go to one food truck and you're full and it's over with.
Or they limit what you can do.
Yeah, exactly. So there will be that, and then from 6 to 10, general admission, and it'll be a regular dinner service. You can use tokens to trade for food with your food vendors. I encourage everybody to meet somebody new.
I like that.
Interact with
hospitality
your community.
guy right here. He's wanting people to meet each other. That's good.
Meet each other, definitely.
Is there a website?
Yes, hereforthefoodfest.com.
Okay, and on social, I assume you're on most social platforms with not only what you do, Keenan Eats, but
Keenan
the event.
Eats, but the event is Here for the Food Fest, and you can find also Here for the Food.
Okay,
they're both.
I like it.
On social media.
Ball cap on. He's got a shirt on. He's selling the brand with us right now.
Gotta wear the uniform.
How can people help you moving forward? I think the number one thing I would tell people is every restaurant that Keenan goes out and reviews, tell them Keenan sent you and come out and see him. But how else can we help you?
I think that's great. I think ultimately just staying tuned and connected for some of the more live experiences that I'm looking forward to presenting in the future.
Yeah.
Go and actually support the local spots that you see on my page.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can tell them that I sent you, but ultimately just go help people's families.
I love it.
I
love it.
I think that's the biggest thing for me. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to bringing more to y'all.
Well, we got a Nebraska kid back home in Lincoln. He grew up in North Platte. It's our time as a community to embrace Keenan moving forward. I don't want to see you leave. I want to see that hospitality that you bring to the table each and every day right here in the capital city. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, another episode is on the wraps. I would encourage people to follow Lincoln.org on all of our social media platforms and channels, and remind each other you are the people that make the place, and get out and enjoy hospitality and tourism in Lincoln.